Hello, my angels. So today we're gonna try the What the Foundation by Jones Road. I was waiting till the winter. I bought it this summer. I think it was July in the Hamptons, in East Hampton. And I wanted to try it in the winter when my skin is dry, or like fall winter, so that I can get the full benefits of it. Because it is a little bit thicker than the moisturizers slash foundations that I've used, and I feel like that's what it is. I feel like it's a moisturizer and foundation in one. So let's go grab it. It's right here. It's in my try box. I have like all the stuff I bought. It's this one, and it's in the color Honey Miel. And I've had it for a while, so you could see I had other stuff on it. It was in perfect condition. I bought it from the store, but it's been, what is it now? November? It's been a while. July through November. It's been like 4 months that I've been waiting to try this. So I haven't opened it yet. When you open up the packaging, it looks like this. Very simple packaging. Very, very similar to Bobbi Brown. She's a very simple person. She's really into her personal preference is like that no makeup look. And that's what basically like the Jones Road line is about. It's people who just want to be naturally beautiful. They don't want too much. I did try the balm. It was too greasy, but I tried it on top of the foundation. I feel like if you're just going to use the balm, just use the balm. Like, that's the thing is that, okay, it looks like this. So you see how everybody was like, what's going on? And blah, blah, blah. Mine is fine. I don't need to mix it. It's fine. It wasn't a mess. I think it looks good. It's 4 months later. So I know some people say you're supposed to mix it with a toothpick if you see the oil separate from the whatever, but I don't really have that issue. I might be using a little bit too much. I don't know. Probably am. Oh, I like the way it feels. Okay, I'm going to close this. The smell. Chemically, it's a chemical smell. It's not like a perfume smell. Maybe a perfume, but I don't really. I use my hands because I don't believe in brushes if I don't have to use it. I feel like you just waste your product. Oh, it feels so nice. Like my skin's drinking this up right now. Mind you, I literally just woke up. Like, this is me first thing in the morning. You know, I took a shower, but I like just haven't done anything. I haven't done my hair. Oh, mira eso. I don't edit. This is me and my pure silliness. It feels nice. So that's the problem I think a lot of people have with this product. Let's do physics. Like, tell me what you think. Do you even notice it on my skin? No, it like blended into my skin very simply. It's a no makeup look. Let me try and cover up this spot here. Can you build a foundation? Let's see. The only thing on my face I really try to cover up is this. So it is a light foundation. It's not really full coverage. It is more, to me, it seems to me, it's more of a tinted moisturizer with a little bit more coverage than a tinted moisturizer would give you. Because it's not giving me full coverage. Now, I could put a powder on. Put it all over here. Which I would never do with foundation, but to me it feels more of like a moisturizer. What do you guys think? Like, go back to the beginning of the video, see what my skin looks like, and then come back and see what it looks like now. Do you notice a difference? So let's go back to chemistry. This seems to be an oil-based product. And I remember a lot of reviews in the past where people were like, what's going on? Trying to do it with a wet sponge. Oil and water don't mix. Water is in the sponge. That's why when some of these huge social influencers were trying on the product and it wasn't working, it was because you were mixing oil with water. And they're like, I don't know what's going on. So I feel like when you use the Jones Road products, you have to understand that the other products that you use need to complement it. I wouldn't use any water-based products. Like, I wouldn't use, like you saw that, I wouldn't use moisturizer with this. I wouldn't. I think when you're older and you're more mature, if your skin is dry, you might want to do that. You might want to do the balm, because it is very like petroleum jelly based. And let me tell you something about petroleum jelly. My aunt, when she passed, was 82 and she looked like she was in her late 50s. Her skin was flawless. And all she did was put Vaseline on her skin at night. Like, her skin was she stayed out of the sun because she was very fair. She was like not this fair, but I mean she was very fair. Very, very fair. Like, but she always stayed out of the sun, so that's one thing. And then she always put on Vaseline. She didn't wear a lot of expensive stuff. She would put on Pond's and Vaseline. And her skin was flawless, like no wrinkles. Her skin looked like my skin, only white, like, and then slight wrinkles, like right around here, like me, very slight. So it was very interesting. So I understand where Bobbi Brown is going with her balm, because it does feel, I don't know what the ingredients are. I don't know what they are, but I trust her because she's done this for, she did this before. She's doing it again. And it's like a petroleum jelly kind of product. The feeling of it, I don't know if that's what it is, but it's like that feeling of it. So it gives you this glow. But I feel like when you pair the two together, because that's what I did when I was over there, it was just too much. But it was also hot. It was the summer. I was sweating. Do you know what I mean? Water, oil. And I just felt like it just wasn't a combination that I wanted to work together. I feel like if I'm doing the balm, which I would probably do in the summer, because I don't want to wear this foundation in the summer, I would definitely do it alone. I wouldn't mix the two. That's just my personal opinion. This is all legend, not rooted in facts or truth. This is just my brain and where it goes and like how I make connections. And if you watch my channel, you kind of get used to me and you're like, oh, that's just Mayra. That's just Mayra. You know what I mean? So I like the product. My skin feels amazing. I'm going to do a follow-up. You can follow me on givemethelook.com. I do a blog follow-up where I tell you the long-term use of something and how I feel about it. But first impression, I like it because I don't do a lot of makeup. I do see the difference because I have a lot of freckles and you don't see them as much as if I didn't have makeup. Like you really see them a lot when I'm not wearing makeup. So it is covering it. It's not full coverage because it didn't cover up the sunspots, but that's fine because I'm cool with that. I just feel like, again, my opinion, this particular product is for people who like that no makeup look, people who are content, that just want to enhance their beauty, that just want something, but not too much. You know what I mean? Which is what she originally stood for. Like if you ever saw Bobbi Brown, you never see her with a full crazy face of makeup. She is just natural beauty. She's just a stunning person. And it's because she's simple. She's minimalistic when it comes to it. But she cares about the products and her ingredients, which I really, really like. And you never hear me talk about this, like about anybody. This is not paid. I paid for this myself. You know what I mean? This is not a paid sponsorship or anything like that. I'm just letting you guys know, like, I've been following her because I was a makeup artist. 5 years ago, I was doing professional makeup for a while. And then I stopped. And then I started doing all this other stuff. You know what I mean? I'm always doing something different. But I really notice that I see where she's going with this. And I agree with it. I'm her client. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm that clientele. I want something, not too much. I mean, like, you could wear this every single day to work and nobody will really know that you're wearing foundation. Like, do you see it? Do you see the foundation at all? It just looks like my skin. And it's not like maquillage. It's your skin but better. Or like all these other foundations that say it looks like your skin. No, this literally looks like your skin. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even know that somebody's wearing the product because that's what it's intended to do. It's light, thick in the sense that it has the oil and it is a thicker texture than a lot of people are accustomed to, but it's light in the sense of like the coverage. I do feel, I'm not going to sit here and like try to get you to buy it. That's not my thing. I feel like it's a winter foundation unless you're older, because I do feel like this product is also, it's for people with dry skin, because if you have oily skin, there are people that say if you have oily skin, you put oil on it and it'll dry the oil out. I'm not 100% sure if that's accurate or not. So I can't say that. But what I can say is if you're using a water-based primer with this, it may work. I don't know. It might not work together because water and oil don't mix. Right? I don't think you need any of that. That's the whole point is, you guys, I'm sorry. Oh, people are going to hate me right now. I grew up very differently. This generation has been brainwashed to believe that you need a primer, a serum, an eye cream, all of these things that you don't need, right? And Bobbi Brown is like Augustinus Bader. Augustinus Bader, and it's funny because she promotes Augustinus Bader, is one and done. Augustinus Bader is saying, you don't need all these things. Put on this cream, whether you use the cream or the rich cream, right? And that's all you need. You don't need serums. You don't need this. You put it on and that's it. Like the cellular technology, whatever, is going to take over. Bobbi Brown is saying the same thing. You don't need all that stuff. Now, if you want to put on all that, just make sure, in my opinion, they never claimed this. The company never claimed it. It's me saying it, just using my brain and watching all of the other social influencers that reviewed this. Don't use, my opinion, don't use a water-based anything with this product. I would use an oil-based. And look at the ingredients. Maybe this is oil-based and they were using water-based. I don't know. I haven't looked at the ingredients. Look at the ingredients. If it's more oily, like the balm, then I wouldn't mix it with water-based products. But the thing is, you don't need those products. Like, I feel like this is all in one. You know, you might want to put on moisturizer in this if your skin is extremely dry. I didn't put anything on. I just put this on and my skin feels good. It does, you do feel it. It is, I feel it. It's not sticky. It's not tacky, but you feel it. Like you can feel it. Some people might say that it's a little tacky. It's not sticky at all. But I think that when your skin swallows it up, it's going to be back to normal. But that is the one complaint that I heard from a lot of people with the balm. The balm, not specifically this one, the balm, is that sometimes when they wear it and the wind blows, like it sticks to their face because of the texture of, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to give a full review, you guys. I'm not sitting here like praising Bobbi Brown and her products. Like I tried to be a collaborator. They didn't want to collaborate with me, which I think is funny because they sent all their products to these people who gave them horrible reviews. And here I am, like a loyal fan and someone who's like, I want to try it. Like, I like your product and I get where you're going. And they don't want to send me their PR kit. They would rather send it to people who are giving them negative reviews. Because I guess publicity is publicity, right? Whether it's good or bad publicity, at least you're getting your name out there. I guess. But so be it. So the reviews that other people were saying were that it sticks to your face. Now look, it does kind of stick to your face. That is irritating, especially in the summer when there's lots of wind, if you're by the ocean. So I get that part, and I could see how people were saying that. I don't know how much foundation they were putting on their face. As you saw, I tried to keep it light, but I also wanted to see if it was full coverage. There is a coverage there. You do see it. My skin, I could feel my skin, like, you know, starting to take it and work with it. I could put makeup on. I don't want to, because I'm not doing anything today. I'm just sitting in front of the computer building my Patreon for you guys and working on the Give Me the Look website and writing blogs and everything I need to do to grow this part of my journey, you know, this new venture that I've walked onto. But I like it. I like it. I'm very picky. You guys know that. I tried the Christian Dior Backstage Foundation. I actually like that product. It's waterproof. It is sweat resistant. It stayed on all night. It didn't rub off. Like, I really, really liked that one. I like Josie Maran Vibrancy Vibrancy in the color Fearless. That's my #1 favorite foundation of all time because it leaves that dewy finish, and I like that natural dewy finish. Now, I feel like if you like that natural dewy finish, you might want to take some of the Bobbi Brown Balm and put it right there to give you that dewy finish. I understand why people don't like. I get it. It does leave a tackiness, and maybe I should have mixed it and then done it, but it's not separated. Like, I think the people that mixed it, it was like really separated. Like, look, this is what it looks like now. I just opened it, you know, this is like my first time using it. So when you see these lids, you have to keep them on. People like to take them off and throw them out. Stupid that. Don't do that. Because the reason it's there is because it's trying to keep it airtight. There's a reason it needs to be airtight. So I'm keeping it on there. I think that's probably why I didn't need to mix it. But they say that just mix it with a toothpick and then you should be able to just use it as normal. It will separate because it's oil. and product. That's what it looks like, at least in my opinion. This is just my opinion. I don't know. Again, I haven't looked at the ingredients list, but just from what I'm hearing. But I get it. I get why sometimes people are just like, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Because in this generation, we're used to like, it has to be super smooth and silky and absorb in the skin and do all these things. And I get it. I mean, you have products out there that work amazing. I also tried the Lancome Idol. That's really nice. I like that one too, but I like the Backstage one more because it's waterproof. And it's, I haven't used it in a pool or anything or during the rain, but it's waterproof and it's sweat resistant. And I sweat like Patrick Ewing, y'all know that. I tell you guys all the time, I sweat profusely. So I did like the Backstage because I did wear it on Halloween. I was walking up and down stairs. I was sweating. And when I came home, I still had a full face of makeup on. And that's impressive. So if you're going out, you're partying, you're going to be sweating, I highly recommend Christian Dior's Backstage. It worked for me. I haven't tried any of these other ones like Il Maquillage or Makeup by Mario or any of them because I'm not spending my money on it. They want to send me PR kits or they want to send me the one product. I'll review it. I'm going to be honest though. So let me see. It's going away. That tackiness that you first got, I think it just needs to dry. Your skin needs to absorb it. It's more on this side, probably because I put the extra foundation to try to cover up the spot. Then on this side's almost like dry. So I think it takes a while to dry. It's been 16 minutes. And now it's starting to become less tacky. So I think it takes a while for your skin to absorb it and for it to become part of, you know, I feel like, I'm going to be honest with you, I feel like if you live in a windy area, this might not be your best choice. I don't know. Because it might stick. Right? But I mean, it's subtle. I mean, it shouldn't stick at all. You know what I mean? But it does. But as you can see, like, it feels good. It feels good. But again, never just watch my video and think like, oh, okay, you can't watch a social influencer that does an unboxing and try a product and then know everything about the product. Look, I got it in my hair. It's still there. You have to wear something for a while and see how it wears after a few hours. That's why I love Tati Westbrook, and I loved when he used to do a lot of videos, Jeffree Star, because they would let you know, like, they don't care. You can't buy the review. Same thing with me. You can't buy my review. You can send me free stuff. It doesn't mean I'm gonna like it. You know what I mean? I bought this, so I can say whatever I want about it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care. And I'm a fan. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fan of Bobbi Brown. I didn't like her Bobbi Brown products. Not gonna lie again. I like this one better. The one thing I do love from Bobbi Brown, the other product, was the face base. You know what? I should have probably tried it with the face base. That would have been funny. The face base I like because it has vitamin C. The moment I put it on, I smelled it. And it just felt really good on the skin. And I have three big bottles. I think they're like the 1.7 ounce ones. Because that's how much I love it. It's such a great product. If you have never tried Bobbi Brown's face base, it's a great moisturizer and primer in one. But you see how she does that? She's like, just get it done. I'm not trying to like do 100 steps. You know what I mean? So it's your moisturizer, your primer, and then you just put your makeup right on top. I might make another video later on using the face base, or I'll just put it in the blog. And that blog isn't going to come out for like 3 months because I like to try a product thoroughly and then blog about it and let you know, like, long term, did I like it? Did it wear off? Did the formulation change? Because after it's been opened and exposed to air, products change. You know, did I have to take a toothpick and mix this up 3 months later or a month later? This will probably last me from now, probably like a year or two. I don't think it's meant to last a year or two. It's probably meant, 12 months from when you open it. So I just opened it. I don't use a lot of moisturizer. This might be my new moisturizer because, you know, I do love the Celebration. Let me see if I can put powder over it. This is my favorite Celebration foundation by It Cosmetics in the color tan to cover up this spot and like just darkness. Like literally gone. And then there and there. But usually I just use this when I go on the camera. When I go on camera, I don't even put moisturizer on. I just put this on. I come on camera. I'm like, hey guys, blah, blah, blah. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try this on camera, and I'll be talking about it in some of my videos. Do you notice if I put powder over it? You're not meant to put powder over it, just saying. Now, the sunspot is pretty much gone almost. Can you see the powder? I won't be able to see it until I go back and watch the video. Do you notice that there's powder? Should you set this with powder so that you don't get that tackiness? Let's try it. I do have translucent powder. Yeah, let's do that one. Because this is going to change the color because it is foundation. Celebration Foundation is foundation. That's actually, so it's Josie Maran Vibrancy, my number 1. Then it's this one. Well, actually, I think it's It Cosmetics. I think this one is my number 1. So it's weird. When I want that dewy look, it's Josie Maran. And it's not often that I want the dewy look. Usually when I'm going to see my high school friends, because I want to kind of keep it youthful and stuff like that. And then when I'm going out to certain places. But now I really like that Backstage Dior one, right? And then the It Celebration Foundation is what I used all the other times because it covered up my sunspot and it was light. It was just a powder, and all I needed was, doesn't this side look different? Put it here too. It just looks different. Okay. Let's get the translucent powder while I talk. And so those are my 3 favorites right now. And then I use the Mally Face Defender. This is the wrong shell. Actually, let me organize this later. The Mally Face Defender. Where is it? Translucent powder. That's Ciate, but I don't think this is translucent powder, is it? No, what is this? It's a bronzer. I don't use any of this stuff. Primer. I know I have translucent powder, but as you can see, I don't use it at all because I don't need it because I don't wear makeup. For someone that doesn't wear makeup, I have a lot of makeup. Yes, I do. Is this translucent? No, that's eyeshadow mascara. I know I have translucent powder. Is it this one? Well, I guess I don't. Did I throw it out? Highlighter, illuminator. Here it is. Sorry. This is Micro Finish Powder by Makeup Forever. High definition. This one. By Makeup Forever. And I still have the plastic on it because I never used it. Because I never needed it. But now, because I don't want to mess up the original product, I'll try it. Looks like that. And yeah, I know this still has product from the other one, but that's fine. I just want to see if it's going to remove the tackiness and if it's going to do anything to the actual... I probably should have used the powder brush, right? Yeah, I knew that. I just didn't want to get up. So now I have to keep this here, so I know where it is. I should keep it with the foundation, to be quite honest. So I'm probably going to move things around. Right? Do you notice that I put anything on? Gone. So if you like Bobbi Brown, if you like the formulation, and you don't want to feel... Still sticks though. Interesting. You don't want to feel that tackiness? Put on translucent powder. And you don't feel it anymore. Oh, setting... I don't think setting spray. Setting spray, I think, makes your face tacky and sticky. I mean, what are your opinions on that? So yeah, now my skin feels smooth. The tackiness is gone. With translucent powder. If that bothers you, then use that. Maybe my hair just, no, it's not sticking. No, just subtly, it's just these few. And it also removes the stickiness. So if you really want to try with the foundation from Bobbi Brown, I highly recommend using translucent powder over it. Setting powder, if you want to call it that. I like it. I do. Let's try on some mascara. Right now I've been using a lot of the Bad Gal Bang because it's the only full-size mascara I have. Everything else is small. And when I'm going out and I really want to impress people, I wear the Lash Clash by YSL. But this is like my everyday, casual, daily one. Because I do feel like it gives you those natural... Oh! I did that, didn't I? I did. I got it right in my eye. And it made me spasm. So I'm going to fix that. Oh, my eye has to recover from that. Right there. It's like a massage for my eyes. So just a little bit of mascara makes a big difference. I'm gonna have to get a Q-tip to fix that up. I'm not gonna try and fix it with my fingers. So this is what I look like with mascara. Completely different person. Every time I put mascara on, I look like a different person. And then if I put lip gloss, this is the Reviver Elf. Do I have lip gloss? No. This is a lip oil. So this is a pretty much no makeup look. And then if I want to put a little bit of blush on, I do use this. This is actually a blush lip thing by Pink Slip. Oh, by the company Becoming in the color Pink Slip. This was an Ipsy box thing. I don't even know if that company exists. As you can see, that's how much I've used. But I use it all the time. I barely make a dent in it because I just go like this. It's just such a nice, pretty pink. I usually use whatever lipstick I'm using, but since I'm only using the balm or the oil and not lipstick, I can't do that. This is my no makeup look that I wasn't going to do because I'm not doing anything today but going to the post office to drop off a package, which I'm going to do right now. This is it. So if you like that look, try it. If you don't like the sticky tackiness, try the translucent powder. I solve problems. If there's something wrong with the product, I try to solve it for you. But you know me, I'm usually like one and done. I don't want to have to deal with anything else. This one I am going to be using. So I will be using it without the translucent powder and certain occasions with the translucent powder. I will also be reviewing the Idol at around the same time, the Lancome Idol, because I do have that. I actually have 2 bottles of that, right? 2 or 1. I got it from the fashion show from Sammy Miro when they did their fashion show. No, I have 1. I have 2 of the concealers. But the thing is, you know what? I use concealer as foundation. Like sometimes I don't wear foundation. I'll just put the concealer everywhere and then rub it in my face and that's it. So I have concealer and foundation for the rest of my life. I do give it away every now and then. But I don't really I make my own concealer. You guys know that, right? I use this palette from when I did professional makeup. This one, I still have like a dozen. I'm giving one of these away on my channel. So if you want the concealer palette, I call it a concealer palette, but it could be a contour, concealer, foundation. And it's this range of colors, so you can use it for contour, concealer, or foundation. And when I had my clients, I had these little jars that look like this. And what I would do is I would mix the colors specifically for them. And on the cap, oh, my eye itches, sorry. Oh, I got something in my eye like a dust. On the cap, I would put the concealer. So I would mix and custom make concealer specifically for them. And then in the base, I would put the foundation. And then I had like these clear cellophane papers like this that I would put over it because obviously I'm using both of them, you know, both sides. So I didn't want things to contaminate it. and I would keep it in front of the model. So I had these little like folding tables that I brought with me, and I would put it in front of the model, and each person got, unless they had a table in front of them, got their own table. And then I would put the brushes that I used with them, and then I had stickers that had like little dots on them. And I knew like that green was going to be the concealer and yellow was the foundation. And so I put a little sticker on each brush. So let's say I had like, pretend these are brushes. Right? Like this. And that these bottom parts were the stickers, more or less. So I knew that this one was this color on all of them, right? So let's say there was 5 different people on there. This one with the yellow one with the little whatever would be the concealer brush. This one was the foundation brush. This was the eyeshadow. This was the darker eyeshadow, because there was always 2 and sometimes there was 3. And then I would keep them in order so there wasn't an issue. And then you had the big powder brush, which was a powder brush. You didn't need anything because you knew it was a powder brush. The foundation brush was pretty much a foundation brush because I like the dense ones, so I just knew what it was. But when it comes to like the fluffy brushes and the little like intricacy ones, like the intricate ones, those are the ones that you needed to have the stickers for. So I did that to keep track of everything, because after the, like, if you're just doing one person at a time, yeah, but sometimes they come back for touch-ups. And you're like, which one is which? And then you pick up the wrong brush and you put it on and you're trying to fix here, and that's the dark one. You ruined all the makeup you just did. So it's really important. That's what I did. Everybody's different. There's some people that just know. They're like, no, I know that this brush is for this, and I have 10 of those brushes. Mine weren't. Mine were like from all these different, and I had Bobbi Brown brushes too. I had a whole set of the Bobbi Brown brushes. I have a bunch of different brushes, and they all kind of look the same and similar or whatever. So anyways, I made my own foundation. I made my own concealer for each person. Then you had the contour, and like it all blended well because it was all the same formulation, because it was all coming from the same palette. So it worked well together and it blended together, which gave you that flawless look, which made it look like your skin but better, because you weren't using different products and hoping that that they work well together. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just knew that if you used one palette, it's all going to work well together because they're all formulated together. Does that make sense? So that was kind of like my thing, and that's kind of like what I do for myself. I knew it. That's my mom. And I am giving one of these away with a pink sponge. So if you guys want it, just write concealer palette in the comment section. You must be subscribed. And then randomly when I do my giveaways, it's every 50 subscribers. So when we get to 1,100, then 1,150, then 12, 1,250, blah, blah. I give away something. I never tell you what it's going to be or what number it's going to be. I used to do that, but then there were so many giveaways that nobody said they wanted. So now I just tell you everything. Every video I tell you a different giveaway, right? So you kind of have to watch the video to see the giveaway. And then you can say that you want it. And then I do a giveaway video where I'm like, oh my God, you did it again, did it again, did it again. Ow, you did it again. And then, you know, we got to the number 1,100 or whatever. And then I say, okay, so today we're going to give away this. And the winner is blah, 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 everybody, you know. And I say the name of the person and I put it in the comments, the description box. So if you don't want to watch the video, you could just go straight to the description box and see who won. But I don't contact you. You have to watch it. My skin looks great, actually. I'm happy I made this video like this. It's like looking, do you see that? Is it me? What do you think? Do you think it's looking better? Do you think it's looking worse? Remember, I put the translucent powder on, so I don't really know what it's going to look like if I didn't put the translucent powder on. But I just put the translucent powder on to stop the stickiness. You know? It still sticks. It does. But it doesn't feel like this when you touch it. And I know people are going to be really tactile issues. But I wouldn't use that. I would just use the natural makeup. But that's what I have for you guys. I know this is a long video for one product, but we talked about a lot of things. And so I don't contact you when you win the giveaways. You kind of have to watch the video. I did contact someone about the Joffe nails. They won. They never got back to me. I'm like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, so if I don't hear from them in a few days, I'm just going to give it to someone else because the truth is, like, hello, you know, like you said, you wanted it, you won. It's not even from me. It's from the company Joffe, the nail company. Look up Joffe on Amazon, Jofay, and you'll see all their nails. They have really awesome nails. My favorite ones are only the matte. The matte ones that they have are super thick. They don't crack, like Kiss cracks, Temu cracks, all those nails crack, but I've never had a Joffe nail crack ever. They last forever. They stay on, they stick on, and they stay on. They do pop off. If your natural nail is shorter than the nail that you have, it's going to pop off. So normally what I do is I cut the nails so that they're like my length. But the thing is that now my nails are super short. So now I'm going to be using short nails. So right now, like literally right now, I'm going to go put on some fake nails. They're Joffe because I just got like a set of 20 of them. And those are shiny, but I want to kind of see how they stick, how they last, and then do a review on that. So that's what I have for you guys. Until next time, XOXO. I kind of do like the way this looks, maybe because I'm wearing makeup. I mean, it's not a lot of makeup, it's just a little bit. But I do. I like it. I don't know. What do you think? Everybody's different. Tell me what you think.